All right, Hap Around the House. We're gonna do another short video here. If you have little chicks and you want a super cheap feeder and you don't want to pay any money for it, basically, it's essentially free. What I'll show you, it's basically, this is just an old fiber container, and I'm going to cut with a saw. You, of course, can use this. I have a saw over there that I'm gonna freehand it, a horizontal saw. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut around the top, cut around the bottom, see that mark? And I'll come back as soon as I have it cut and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I cut it on that horizontal saw by hand. It was not nearly as easy as I thought it would be. But you can grab a piece of sandpaper or a knife, and you can, to get all these little scratchy edges off. Because when I cut it with the saw, of course, it's rough in a hurry. Now I do have a burr remover upstairs, but you can also just kind of, without cutting yourself, you can manage. Now you can use a file too. Got files. Yeah, files somewhere. Now you can take a file and get that edge off there. Because we'd prefer not to have our chickens getting their daily allowance of plastic, right? So just smooth that edge out. Like that. I'll smooth it off camera, and then I'll show you how to install it. Now this one, before I go out there, this is like a half moon, so it works really good on the inside surface. You don't have to have that. Again, you can get a knife or a little piece of sandpaper. Sand that off, or in this case, file it off. Okay, throw that away. Okay, I'll show you how to install this dog in a second. All right, it's a little windy out here, but let me isolate these chickens so they can't get into the coop while I'm working. Just close that door and they can't get in. Open her up. This is the feeder that I use all the time, right? Just a regular stainless steel feeder I made, a long time ago. But what you do is you take your top. See this? You just take... So what you do is take your top off your container, like that. Chicken poop, always fun. And you put a couple screws and you can mount it wherever you want. So I'm just gonna screw it to the wall. Let me do that a second. So I've got them started off camera here. Now the idea here is to kind of eyeball where you want it, right? Like this. And kind of, you see where this stops? You're going to want that to stop so that this is straight with your floor. So what I'm going to do is mark it just like that. So when I screw it in and there's feet in there, I'll know that it'll be straight up and down and it won't be upside down dumping. So take that off. I'm going to screw this to it. I don't know if I'll be able to do this on camera or not. So I'm working left-handed and I'm a righty, so let's see if we can do this. In. And back that one out so it starts straight. There we go. There we go. How's that look? I think that looks okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. Just like that. There it is. You see? Now, especially if you have little chicks, you can adjust this. You can adjust this up and down according to your size of your chicks, and their little heads can get in there. In fact, I bet those big mamas right there can get in there too. But like I said, I've got that. But when I have chicks, this is what I use because it's very disposable. It's easy to work with. You can grab like a little dish, dump feed in there, and they don't make a super big mess. And if you find that your chickens are making messes, you can always cut a new one and make the hole smaller because they'll make a mess. Look at this. They throw it all over, but I make them wait until it's all cleaned up before I fill this beast back up with feed. So yeah, so there's the world's cheapest chicken feeder, especially if you got little chicks. Hap Around the House. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, hit the like button. Thanks for watching.